Hey gang, Spade of the Baltmatrix here, and today for my end of 2011 review, we are taking a look at a figure that I have spent years tracking down. Today we are taking a look at the Deluxe Delta Megazord from Power Rangers in Space. Now, I have a torrid history with this figure in the fact that I have only seen it on sale in a store once my entire life. I saw that, didn't have enough money to go get it then, and so I ran home, got some cash, ran back to the store, and it was gone. And I've never seen it ever since. And over the years, seeing it on eBay and online, it's always been way too expensive. Well, I finally saw a sale for one on eBay for a very reasonable price, and I bought it. And I got it home, and it was missing pieces, even though the sale said it was complete. So yeah, that sucked. So I ended up getting another one for parts. The second one I bought was even cheaper, and it had all the parts that I was missing, and that was it. So effectively, I spent a little more money than I would have liked to pick it up. But hey, I have him now, and it is finally in my collection. So let's get him out of the box, and we'll take a look. But I just want to show you one quick thing. Yes, he does combine with the Space Astro Megazord. But the combined mode, you could put the Battleizer, any Battleizer, on the back of the figure. So I just wanted to show you that before we get into the figure proper. So here we have the Delta Megazord in its Delta Mega Ship configuration. And it is pretty much just a flying triangle. And I love it. I absolutely love this mode. It looks silly, but it works. The black, the silver, the red, just all of the colors really work together. Size comparison-wise, it does, it's a little bit different shaped than the Mega Ship. So we'll just move my stand off to the side. And as you can see, there is a slight difference in size, especially if you put the unit's thrusters down. So we are looking at a pretty much significantly longer vessel, but a lot, and about the same width at the very back of the ship. Now, both of these look good. I kind of wish I had a better looking version of the Mega Ship though, but oh well. Oh, as I said, this thing does look good, but I do have a few quick complaints, and it's more of just not so much complaints as it is just small niggling little things. Now in the Mega Ship mode, as I said, there are a few little minor issues, the chief of which is the back part does not latch on very solidly. And the other issue I have is the cockpit here just kind of doesn't want to stay on. And this cockpit piece was one of the pieces that I was initially missing from that first sale. But otherwise, the ship is fine. Those are, like I said, very small, nagging issues, but it really shouldn't affect you if you pick up this figure. So, now that we've had a chance to look at the ship mode, let's go ahead and get it into its Megazord mode. First thing we're going to do is fold down the tail fins, which I don't know why you would need these in space. Pull the entire back part off like that. Now you'll have the bottom of this part like this, so what we'll want to do is push these little gray buttons in and fold it down like that. And then we'll turn the figure around like this, and just, these are going to be the hands. Split the back in half and flip them. Then we'll take these bottom parts and turn them so these big gray pieces are pointing forward. And then we'll drop these clips into these two spots right here. So I'm just going to get it lined up. Push down. And do the same thing over here. And last but not least, form the face. The Delta Megazord is a nice looking Megazord, if a little bit oddly proportioned with the legs. But overall, I really do enjoy the overall look of this figure. It looks cool. I mean, it looks really, really cool. There's nothing more I can say about that. I really do like the Gatling hands. That's a nice touch. And the overall look, as I said, is neat. It looks very neat. Now, size-wise, it is actually significantly, well, not significantly, it is a little smaller than the Astro Megazord. Not much, though. It is meant to combine with the Astro Megazord, but overall the two together look very cool and just unique. I don't think we've had a Power Ranger since Space where the main Megazord is just one bot. And I think this is a great looking pair. You've got the nice color contrast of the blue, red, and white with the silver, black, and red. A very nice combination of or very nice juxtaposition between the two. So let's go ahead and look at the combination sequence. The first thing we're going to have to do is completely disassemble this guy into parts. So we will move the legs and put them off to the side. We will then fold the face up, take the cockpit and pop that off. There we go. Just take that off and pop it off. And then we will take this whole front section and pull that front section off and collapse the chest together like that. Put that off to the side. And then we'll take this part and do some fun with it. First thing we're going to do is actually reach behind and open it up like this. Then, as we'll turn it upside down, because that's how it's going to combine, and we will first flip the arms around like this, fold up these, or fold down these sections, I'm sorry, fold down these sections here like that, flip these bits up to form the fists, and then it doesn't really matter if the screw hole's showing, like that, and then take the Gatling guns. What we're going to do is fold them in towards the body, and then fold them so that they point directly out like that, and we'll do that for this side as well. And there we go, it's ready to go. So let's bring in the Astro Megazord. So the legs combination is really simple. There's feet down here. Now you can fold these bits out and leave them out if you want. Doesn't really matter. We'll just slide them in. And when we slide them in, they will push forward these gray bits. And then we can fold these gray bits up and lock them into the kneecaps. And that snap you heard was this thing closing. Like I said, we can keep it there, we can leave it closed or open, it doesn't really matter. Next, for the upper part of the figure, first thing we're going to do is retract the arms like that. Then take the bit that was the face of the robot mode, and there are two pegs, holes right there, so we're just going to get that in place. Now one thing you might have to do is just lift up the shuttle first, snap that in, and then that should snap on top like that. And then that will allow us to take the arms and fold them back. And folding them back can be a little bit tricky as the spaceship gets sandwiched in back there. There's not a lot of clearance, but it'll work. Now moving back to the chest section, this is very easy. All you're going to do is line everything up and plug and connect everything. That's all we're going to do here. Now I like to start with just getting one arm connected, rotating it around. And it doesn't really snap into place on the chest, at least mine doesn't. And snap that in. And then finally for the head, what we're going to do is unpeg that part and just flip it up like that. And that will allow us to slide this piece onto the front. Now this is a little bit annoying because sometimes it doesn't go on very smoothly, other times it goes in just like that, very smoothly. One thing I did forget is there are these thrusters underneath. And you can pull the thrusters out like this, and then attach them to the Astro Megazord's fists to give him thrusters in the rear of the combined mode. A nice touch to hide the fists from the other mode. I really like that. Overall, the combined mode looks really cool. I just really like the overall look of this thing. Now, one thing I did forget to show you is down here at the feet, these bits slide out to form heels. and that really does help the overall stability of the figure. But overall, this is a very nice set. It is a good set that combines well and is very clean, unlike a lot of the series of late where you get these crazy combinations. This is a combination that makes sense and is very clean, crisp, and looks like it could really do some damage, and it actually adds a good bit of height to the figure. And I believe that was also shown in the show as well. Just an overall great set. The Delta Megazord on its own is pretty cool. I really do dig it. And the Astro Megazord on its own is also very cool. Together, though, they are kick-ass. The Astro Delta Megazord is a fine addition to your collection. If you can get a hold of these two figures, I strongly recommend it. There's very little here that doesn't work for me. I think the only bit that I'm not too keen about is the bit of the cockpit that is hanging off the rear of the figure, but it's flush and it against the rest of the back, and it just works. So, like I said, if you can find this one, I strongly recommend picking up these two guys.